Hey, you guys, we're gonna turn it on. We're gonna turn it up. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sports. And as always, I'm Coach Ed. Okay, today's episode is going to be talking about my New York Knicks. Oh my goodness, my heart. And Mr. Stephen Curry. Now, Mr. Curry was interviewed at the NBA Finals Media Day, and a question was posed to him in reference to his tenure with the Warriors, what he thought about the franchise when he first got there, and what he thought about the franchise now. And his response was the standard, but there was also a response that was geared towards the Knicks. Now, is it another jab at the Knicks? Or is it that he, yes, he wanted to be here in the beginning, but he still wants to be here? I mean, could it be? I mean, is it possible? We don't know. We don't know what goes on in the mind of men, but I mean, in reading his response, he said, I didn't think much about the Warriors. I was growing up on the East Coast. I watched games, but really all I knew was the We Believe team, Baron Davis dunk, them beating Dallas. I knew about Run TMC, but didn't really understand the history as much. When I got drafted, I thought I was going to New York and didn't really have Golden State on the radar at that time. Now, it was always known that New York wanted him badly, you know, and, they were picking at 8 and Golden State was picking at 7, and no one thought he was going to go to Golden State. But Golden State then ended up picking him at 7, and the rest is history, as the saying goes. But, additionally, in his response, he was saying, I absolutely was wanting to go to the Knicks. The draft was in New York. It was my dad's birthday, June 25th, 2009. Had a lot of conversations with the GM of New York at the time, who said if I was on the board, they'd pick me. So there's a lot of hype because being in New York, I thought I was going to be a New York Knick. But they always said, be careful what you wish for. Everything happens the way it was supposed to be. So I'm a Warrior. So as a Knick fan, when I first read this, I said, here we go again. Here we go again. Another jab at my beloved Knicks. And who can blame them? I mean, the last 20 years, we've been living 20 plus years, actually, we've been living in so much futility. We've been so dysfunctional. We haven't run the organization the way it's supposed to be run. It sounds familiar, but it wasn't run the way it was in the 90s, the way I knew it to be run. It's just chaotic, crazy. But after thinking about his comments and really thinking about it, all these years later, I mean, we're going on what, 13 years later, 14 years later? And he's still saying he wanted to be a New York Knick. After all the championships he's won, his legacy is solidified in Golden State. He's a Hall of Famer as a Golden State Warrior. But am I delusional? Am I crazy to think that maybe he might say, if there's a chance I could finish out or play a year or two to close out his career as a New York Knick, just to say he played his home games at the Mecca MSG? I don't know. Is that Nick fan in me wanting that to be a reality? Yes, I'm going to be honest. But the coach in me said, the management personal side of me says, Ed, that's not reality. That's not logical. The man has a home out there. His family is out there now. He's adapted well to the West Coast. Um, when he retires, more than likely they're going to put a statue out there. He's dominated the 3-point shooting. He, by far, to me, is the best 3-point shooter ever. No disrespect to Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, all the great 3-point shooters that have been out there. He, by far, has changed the way the game is played when it comes to the 3-point shot. Also, the depth at which players are taking 3-point shots. So he is a transcendent player. But the fan in me, yes, I can't lie. I would love to see him wearing the number 30, Bernard King, to be probably end up being one of the greats in a short period of time with the Knicks. But again, that's the fan of me talking. But what do you guys think? Is his comments just a jab, or do you think he's just putting that out there because he really wants to be a Knick, even to close out his career? You comment, let me know. Hey, Ed, you're totally off base. Are you crazy, man? Or, yeah, I can see it. So, if you like this video, please go ahead and like it. Subscribe if you haven't. Share on all your social media platforms. I'd really appreciate it. I need you to help me take this channel to hopefully make it one of the best programs that is out there. I need you, and together we can make it that. All right. And I'm going to close the show right now. And as I always say with sports, make sure you turn it on and turn it up. Peace and blessings always.